Gravity Falls finale, supermassive spoiler warning right now. So if you haven't seen it yet, leave. Go away. No more warning. You got your chance. So I just watched Gravity Falls big finale, as far as I know. Nothing more. I don't know if maybe Alex Hirsch is uh, having ideas for a sequel, for a continuation of the story. I mean, we still have next summer, and he can return there whenever he wants. But I believe, as far as I know, there are no plans. Maybe there are. I haven't checked any news on the internet. As this is the one spoilery thingy I will allow somebody in the chat to post. If you have news, if Alex is having plans to continue the show or to do a spin-off or whatever, without going into detail, sure, leave a note below like, yep, I heard they're actually planning something. Maybe a hint like it will be a spin-off featuring Vandy, whatever. But nothing more, because then it would be the kind of spoiler I don't like anymore. Yeah, to be completely honest, and you might be able to tell by the fact that I'm not totally giddy and like, yee. I don't know. It was a bit underwhelming. I don't know. We got this big this super fight with the robots in the first part. I might want to mention. So the big action happening in the first part. And even so, while it happened, it felt like epic for the need of being epic or something. I don't know. It was like, yeah, we are now building a giant robot. Now everybody's here. We are all cool and actiony and heroic and stuff like this. And yeah, but I don't know. Then there was a battle. It was nice to watch. It wasn't nice looking, and there were creative ideas and and everything. But also, like, yeah, Wendy jumping on an eyeball and punching it and using it to blast everybody else. It was like, for a weird reason, just a few days ago, I thought about the completely unrelated. I don't know why, but for just a few days ago, I thought about the big finale of Teen Titans, not the crappy, disgusting abomination they created named Teen Titans Go, but the original Teen Titans series. And there was this big finale. Spoilers again, I guess. I'm not giving too much away. So there was this big finale where all the bad guys were there and all the good guys, and there was this gigantic battle, and the battle itself was fine, but there was one underwhelming moment. They had this freeze machine, and there were those speedsters, and they were simply like whoop 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 whoop, jumping back and forth, and just putting every bad guy on this freeze platform and freeze next, freeze next. Not to mention that that half of the good guys have been frozen before. So okay, now I gave everything away. Sorry about that. But yeah, it felt like there was this. You had this feeling of epicness. You knew like, yeah, but it felt like shallow. Yeah, that's the word to go. Shallow. It felt like yeah, we going by the formula. We're using all those great elements like good guys being triumphant, good guys acting heroic and stuff, but it didn't felt like the characters. I mean, yeah, they were heroic and they were being like, but it didn't have the Gravity Falls feel. I mean, they always did kind of epic and heroic stuff, and but usually it was something more related to the character or the story itself. Now everybody was just a superhero. Oh no, not a superhero, but everybody was like super heroic and kind of breaking the rule was basically Uncle Stan, and it was, and even I so wanted to like this. And so we have Uncle Stan, who is kind of the odd man out, and he's all like, "Oh, how do I get out of here?" And like being completely unheroic. And then he's like, "Oh, you didn't thank me." Yes, Ford didn't thank him, and said Ford was in the wrong about this, but Stan really like, and yeah, so we have the moment, the retarding moment where things get prolonged by Stan not right away holding hands, and therefore Bill comes in and screws everything up. But such a letdown with the circle. I mean, the circle has been there from the very first episode in the like the fourth frame. Bling, you see it in the opening from the very first episode. So this was a plan all along. This circle thing with all the characters involved who got slowly introduced throughout time, throughout the show. I mean, Pacifica came in rather late. McGucket. I mean, the idea that Ford was even a thing. I mean, there have been the super minor hints, but Ford wasn't there until the halfway mark of season 2. But he was there from the very beginning in the circle. He was the author, and so this entire circle, all those characters, and then build up over the entire show, and then it is like, oh my god, there is a llama image in Pacifica's house, like, oh my god, she's a llama, and all the build up, and then we have the cycle, and it's like, oh, now I see you guys are all here, let's just come together in a circle and hold hands. It felt like a super letdown, and was like, wow, this was a build up, and like, oh, Robbie, you're also like, haha, you're wearing this since the second season. Oh, don't take it literally. She just needs to be cool in the face of danger. So it is Wendy. So, congrats for everybody who guessed right. I mean, the guesses for Pacific and for Wendy have been around so long. Amazing how people picked up on it, or maybe Alex was just like, oh, screw this. I just come up with this. I just see which character fits in the very end. But also, the hint of subtlety was completely lost when Pacifica gets the llama sweater. Like, wow. Okay, so for everybody who has not been able to see the llama, wait, okay, so but there have been barely any hints. I mean, there's a speculation that she has llama pell in her shoes, and there was this one image of a llama hidden in the Northwest Mansion. But beyond that, there has literally been no hint that she might be the llama. So. Wow, so to make it really sure, to make it really clear that she is a llama, let's put her in this llama sweater without any explanation. Like, okay, yeah, right. So on the one hand, it was nice that them all just being there and being like, oh, now I see you guys, the ancient prophecy was right. Let's hold hand in a circle, which would have been a super anticlimactic ending. So thank goodness this did not happen, but the entire build-up went out of the window within seconds. It's like, okay. Thank goodness this was not the solution, but then it moves in, it continues with Bill being all like, he has a power, literally. I mean, he explained just a moment ago, he has a power about time, about space, time, matter, everything. And he turns into this giant black pyramid spider monster and follows the kids. Wow. Ooh, this is like I don't know. He was more creepy before when he did less. I mean, the saying is don't turn into a snake, it never helps. Apparently, don't turn into a spider goes the same line of thinking. Then, of course, the smart move with the brothers switching clothes, like, hey, actually playing the twin card, which was a nice one. But then again, we have empty-minded Stan, and it once again felt so sappy and like, oh, now everybody has to be sad because he lost his mind. He is a hero, but he lost it all. Now everybody be sad, come, sad face, sad moment, be sad. Okay, now we're all sad. Now we're going in. Now we get the book and. Oh, his memory comes back, so let's continue reading the book. And it still felt like the ending was just, it was not, it was trying to give a satisfying ending, but by doing, and another one. And okay, now we have restored Gravity Falls. Now we have restored Stan's mind. Okay, now we are celebrating the birthday. So like one happy end cliche after another. Then of course, and the downplay of all the supporting cast. Sure, we have Stan and Ford having their big character brother bonding moment where they're like, oh my god, why did we screw up like that? Now let's do it for the children. Stan is literally sacrificing this himself willingly. So yeah, great character moments, and I guess also for Dipper and Mabel, who were like all heroic and cheering up the people. And beyond that, all the other characters, all the death went away, and they all felt one-dimensional like hell. I mean, even McGucket was like, okay, I'm a crazy inventor now, haha. See, like, they were all turned into one note characters. Um, Same with Vandy, and of course, I have to rant about Pacifica because I so much loved how her character grew more and more dimensions, and how there were ideas of maybe turning into a love interest because hey, I'm a fucking shipper and I love a good shipping. And nothing. She was just there. She brought this one line about I'm suing all of you if I die, and the other line about well, even in a potato sack I look more sexy than you. Like, this is not my Pacifica I learned to love during season 2. This is not even the Pacifica I loved to hate during season 1. This is just pathetic. Robbie got his 2 lines and was nothing about it. Like, oh, the Destiny sweater. Yeah, let's oh McGucket come into the circle. Like, he is a scholar, and yeah, little Gideon is like still like, haha, I'm still standing to Mabel because I still have a crush on her, and all one, but yeah, part 2, I guess. So part 2, and then there was those endings going on and on and on, and there was nothing like all the depth was taken out of the characters, and all was so cliche happy end. There was a dozen happy ending cliches all packed into a row, and then there was this moment with the pig, like you take the pig on the bus, and both the brothers were all like threatening and intimidate the poor bus driver. There were even the touchy moments where you are like, okay, you're trying to play my heartstrings, but it didn't work. I was sitting there like, okay. Oh no, Roberts is like pulling her back on her skirt. Like, there are fields somewhere. I'm sure there are fields in this scene somewhere. And then her uncle is like, yeah, and they're all hugging, and it's a goodbye. So it's so sad. But then there's still like then there's still at least is a little bit of like the Dipper's goodbye speech. Like, oh well, if you see this little place, some say it's what's. I know that a good ending is always the hardest to pull off. And it is easy to sit here in my chair in front of a webcam and be all like critical and tearing it apart and being all douchey because I had a fantastic ride. I still consider Gravity Falls one of the best cartoon shows of all time. What it pushed the envelopes in so many directions. It did so much awesome stuff, and I guess the best thing I can recommend at this point is go back, watch it all again because it is a fantastic show. Um, I have no good advice for how to end, where to end, or how to end it, because the ending itself was like, yeah, it was not living up to the rest of the show, and the rest of the show was fantastic. Uh, maybe on a side note, I mean, another famous incident where the ending was really bad, and I made a big deal out of it was with Mass Effect. I would not say that it was Mass Effect levels. Mass Effect was really like the ending felt like a betrayal, and it retroactively destroyed the entire franchise for me. And I never, even though I really wanted to go back from to. I played all 3 Mass Effects, and I wanted and I played it all Paragon, and I was like, and I will do my badass run at the end. I will go to the very beginning and do all as Renegade. After the ending of Mass Effect, I didn't do this. I was like, nope. But this time it wasn't. I felt a letdown. I'm sad that it is over. And it was not bad. I mean, there was a lot of nice looking action and ideas, and you got a little bit of closure for all the characters. But at the end of the day, it still felt hollow. Hollow and cliche, and an okay ending for a fantastic show. And an okay ending is not when you have a fantastic show like this. Okay is simply a letdown. It should be fine, but as I mentioned, probably I will probably just go back and watch the entire show again, and maybe the ending has then a little bit more of a. If you don't wait a month for the ending, then it maybe is not this doesn't feel too bad. I mean, after all, I loved the movie they did for Firefly at the very end, even so it could not live up to the show. It gave a certain feeling of closure, and nice. It was a nice ending touch to it. The show got cancelled before its time, but they went back there years later and they produced this movie, at least tying some of the issues together, giving closure for some of the character arcs, and it was good. And maybe with a little bit of distance and time, I can feel the same about the ending of Gravity Falls. That it was an ending. It was not living up to the standard of the show, but after all, it was like a good ending. Yeah, wow. I hope you enjoyed the second vlog in a row. So the topic was not the greatest, or not the most cheerful. Um, but yeah, I felt like talking about it because it was like I was really like sitting there and was like feeling the need to express myself, to get it out there, because right now I'm alone here and I don't know. Yeah, Andy actually watches Gravity Falls, so I could have talked to Andy. But beyond this, I don't have too many friends I know, at least around here. I know who are big into Gravity Falls and um, living in the same time zone and stuff like this. So yeah. Was like my way to vent. So thanks for listening to me venting and being all frustrated and disappointed about the ending of one of the greatest shows of the time so far. So this is ANY saying see you soon.